Hey everybody, this is Journey Now, and this is Heidi, and I'm outside today doing some stuff, enjoying the sunshine because I live in Saskatchewan, and any chance that you get to enjoy the sunshine, you better take it, especially when there's no wind. So I'm coming in today with a little message following the full moon, and my angels in particular that I work with were wanting me to come in and basically see how you guys are doing, because lots of us, that was a big one, wasn't it? And there was a ton of downloads, a ton of new energy coming in, you know, with the Schumann resonance and the new solar waves that are really reverberating down on us. They're massive at this point, almost to the realization that it's like this is speeding up real, like this is getting real, and a lot of help is necessary right now with working with our guides. So they want us to work with our own star families and our own guidance systems right now, because that is what is always going to benefit you the most, is when you're working with your personal collectives, especially when we get hit like we just did. And there's a lot of people who are experiencing massive ascension symptoms, and it's ranging from migraine headaches that will not stop, skin issues, not wanting to eat way more than you usually do. Some of us are wanting to eat things that we no longer consume. This is all part of the DNA process, which is updating rapidly. And basically, if you're gonna make the most of these times, you have to go into your guidance and your loved ones, which is your star families, those beings that essentially they got your back. So ask them during these times how to best acclimate and assimilate your new DNA, because we're getting hit with these waves and it is updating on massive levels, and you're feeling it. I felt it. There's been quite a few days that I have been just knocked out of my capacity to function, because I was rapidly, progressively allowing everything else to be on hold. And I'm lucky enough that I can do that when it's required. Some of us don't get that. Some of us still have to go out and operate, you know, go out to the cities. I'm rural and I work from home, and I feel super blessed because it does allow me to take the time I need when my cells are updating. So for those of you who don't have that freedom, you can be going through some rough spells, and the DNA expansion is very important, and they want me to talk a bit about the DNA expansion that's occurring as we are collectively trying to make that shift within the crystalline. We have talked about adamantine particles before, and those are really the God spark particles or the crystalline particles, and that is what is changing our DNA into fifth dimensional states of being. This is Charlie. Hi, Charlie. So they want us to understand what that might look like at a cellular level. So it's basically like having cells that were calcified, knocking off those layers, but it really comes down to your own personal genocodes, your own personal traumas, your own everything that makes you you is going to digest the solar waves along with the Schumann resonance, which is causing the earth to massively expand and shift into her 5D dimensional self. And so our cells are no different, but they do basically work on their own terms, if that makes sense to you. So this is why it looks different for everyone, and we should never follow somebody else's way. We can listen to advice, but nobody's is going to look the same. So they want me to explain why some people need to eat more, why some people don't eat at all during these massive updates in their cellular making, is going to be holding in each cell, of course, the shadow, which is what is the calcification that is coming off. But each cell has a history. Each cell has, this blueprint, and different parts of the body, different clusters of cells carry different trauma patterns. It depends what lives you've lived. It depends who you are personally as a star seed, as a star being, what groups you're working with. They all are dependent on your personal reactions to the cellular expansion. So again, and I'm a huge advocate. No, you guys, my pets. Massey, leave the kitty. Really wanting to stress that your own data must release its karmic patterns. All that stuff, all that shadow is stored within your house, within your avatar, within your template. And as we're shifting, trying to reach our light body state and expand our Merkaba, they're saying it's very helpful for you to find out who your personal angel guides are. We all have personal angel guides that work directly with our lineages, with our blueprinting, with our life path numbers. And so it can be very handy even to find out what is your life path number. Find out as much as you can about your personal stories. If you're struggling to connect and find out for yourself who these beings are, make no mistake, as soon as you call for your angels, they come. And it's only a matter of your own ability or awareness. So whether you're going to easily recognize them showing up or not, but they're saying make no mistake, as soon as you call for your angels, they show up. And once you begin to recognize them, it just becomes fun, and they can help you to transition, because we're going to be hitting a multitude of these, there's like hard hitting phases of alignment. And this is where some people aren't making it because their bodies simply cannot process that amount of current. It's an energy current. It's like having a conductor capability within your body. So really call out your angels right during these times. Find out who they are. If you want to ask even for a color, because that is one of the easier ways to start to recognize which ones are coming in for you. If that is where you're going to start, that is excellent. Maybe just ask for color recognition, and then you can trace further which particular angel is working with you, with its aura. So ask for signs into your awareness, even if it's just color, and I'm telling you, you'll start to recognize a particular color pattern showing up. So that's what they're coming in for today, after the full moon yesterday, which, I mean, we're still sitting in those energies. So they just want to give some help and some ease. I myself have Archangel Michael. I always have him. It's almost as though he never leaves, and I like it that way. I've asked him to always pretty much be present. I have Archangel Raphael, and he is pretty much, I would call us, it's like we're a threesome. Me, Michael, and Raphael. I do a lot of astral travel with the two of them, and they always assure my safe return. I do a lot of work in the core of the earth. I do a lot of inner earth work is one of my specialties. And I always take them with me. And then I also have in my life number path my archangel Razeil or Razeil. It really doesn't matter how you pronounce their names. People get so caught up on pronunciation. Just identifying who they are. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Pronounce their names however you like. There's no right or wrong. So that is what we're up to today, is really trying to get you journeyers on board with your angels, because they want to work with you right now and they want to make this transition as easy as possible on your avatars, on you, because it can be very emotionally draining, very physically draining what we're going through. And the funny part they're saying is that a lot of the ascension symptoms really do resemble COVID, don't they? And so that's by no coincidence that it was designed this way. It literally is like people are receiving some coding and some awareness integration. It's like a little tap, tap, tap of the symptoms for the sleeping ones. But right now, it's not necessarily serving the way it's supposed to, because it has been negated obviously by the reptilians and the darker energies that we are trying to combat, has been made to look like COVID, right? And so as we see on social media platforms right now, a ton of grief-stricken people crying out, and they're terrified and they think they have COVID. I'm not saying they do or they don't. What I'm saying is there's a reason that the symptoms look similar right now. It's trickery, guys. But this is actually causing these particular beings to slow down their advancements. And I want everyone to propel and advance, and that is what they are wishing for us who are already on the journey of have been awakened already. Lots of us for quite some time. Like, a lot of us have been doing this work and awake for years, some of us for a decade. More commonly, a lot of us within the past 2-3 years, coming online, coming on board to our missions. And in a way, I would say we've always been awake. It's just that the solar data was not capable of reaching us quite how it is now. And we can constantly see the efforts of the lower forms. I'll just call them that because there's so many of them. It's not like I just want to say it's just the reptilians. And it's like, it's just a whole bunch of them. There's lots of them, and there are lots of different races, lots of different multi-dimensional beings at play that do serve the lower forces. But like, they're trying so many things, right? You know, Bill Gates trying to block out the sun. Well, that obviously is an attempt to block out what is happening now. The solar energies, the data coming in, streaming down from the ethers, they're trying to stop that, but they can't. A lot of us are aware that as light beings, like workers, star seeds, that we are in fact multidimensional already. We are waking up to the understanding that lots of us, not all of us, it depends on your mission. Really connect with your mission, guys. That's what we're supposed to do. But lots of us are coming from the future. And so I'm telling you, their efforts are in vain. I really think they already know this. It's just like, what kind of a mess can we make, and how far can we damage the systems of the light beings that are, and this is where they always say not to judge and not to label things good as bad. They are basically serving their own missions on the lower realms, and they're fighting for their life, which is no different than any species would do when faced with extinction, annihilation. And it's not so much that they will be extinct, it's just that they're kicked off of our plane. And that is where we get the new earth, the time lapse between the two, the division, the lifting of the veil. Um, we're about to be experiencing massive, and have been obviously, population decrease because the new earth is way less populated. It's necessary, but it's also because the ones who have not been designed for this process of awakening, it's not like it's their fault. It's not like anything's wrong. They simply did not come in this carnation to ascend quite yet to the higher dimensional planes. They are still getting stuff from the third dimensional plane. And that is a-okay. But we have to understand that this actually looks like a major and drastic population, decrease. And we are seeing it. It's going to continue. I don't want to be like the bearer of bad news, because it isn't bad news. This is the way of it. This is the only way of it. It has been designed to be so. And so we're encouraged right now to really focus on the good. This is Pedra. Oh, my little kitties. Funny how my animals always zoom in, right, on the videos. So the point of the video today is really encouragement and direction to assimilate easier and more readily. That's the thing, because there is a point where you can take in too much, but at the same time, we want to push our limits right now, because we really want to push along our own expansion, because it's upon us. And, let's get the boat moving is what they're saying. And we're going to see some really insane stuff immediately. So do keep your eyes out for full disclosures. They're already popping up everywhere. It's just a matter of knowing, finding, recognizing. But we really are, you guys, I promise you, that's what they're saying. We really are sitting in full disclosure times. So it's all good. It's all good. The things that feel not good and the things that obviously aren't good, they lead to the finale of just simply a better existence, a better place of being. And it's like we have to be really aware of not sinking into the losses. Move forward always using positivity and remembering that as these solar advancements are coming in, we are becoming more capable of manifestation. And just to, really recommend that we try our best to remain in positivity, in love, in compassion for everybody during these times. Honestly, if you want to just go out and go on to Gaia, connect, with bare feet, just sit on her and tell her you love her. Tell her you are grateful. Tell her you are thankful for what she is doing right now and what she is transmuting. Because if you think about what you're going through and you think about what you're transmuting yourself, you can imagine the levels of chaos or harmony, they play together with duality, that are going on in Gaia. And we're going to see a lot more disturbances weather-wise. I'm giving some just foresight into some prophetic occurrences. Like, we're going to see some crazy natural disasters, things that people are going to stand back and they won't have words for, because they quite honestly have never witnessed these things before. Well, that's full disclosure. We're going to be witnessing things that people quite honestly have never seen on the earth with their eyes, with their minds, with their hearts. And sometimes, as much as you think you're prepared, it isn't easy to witness the things that are going to occur. No matter how prepared you are, you're still going to have that shock factor because it's new, but that's why we came too. So don't forget to enjoy that part of it. It's like watching a brand new movie. Everything is new. So enjoy, they say, but definitely call upon your angels right now. Call upon your missions because we're being asked to serve our missions fully. We're being asked to remember them now. Try as you can. And a nice way, if you're struggling for memory recall, I happen to have a good amount of memory recall already. I can remember my lineages. I can remember multiple past lives. And so I'm also well aware, though, that there are many of us who are struggling right now to pull in that memory recall. So they're saying, even when you go to sleep, if you're really struggling, just put the intention, because lots of us have trouble remembering our dreams. Lots of us, these things just don't happen. Really put that intention out there now for memory recall. You know, we really want to get our own full disclosures before the gigantic full disclosures, so that when we're asked to step out, this is just a little message. When we're asked to step into the light of our service, we can do so with full knowing of our missions, because how else will we take our podiums? How else will we take our places? So that's what we're really being required to put the bulk of our work and intentions into presently. Do that now. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If there's any way that I can help, I will definitely be responding, because this is a high calling right now as light beings, way showers, light workers, star seeds, is to reclaim our truth and our authentic selves, because we're going to begin to help massively the collective of newly awakened ones. So it's a marvelous time. I know there's pitfalls along the way, and during them, please just be easy. Please be kind to yourselves as always. Love and light, you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.